a national model.
It's going to be on a jury now. That's right. Indictments handed down, arrests made on at least 2 young men. We're expecting yet a third indictment in the Duke Lacrosse rape scandal. Let's go straight to Clark Goldband, our producer. What can you tell me about these 2 young men?
They come from some nice homes in the shadow of New York City, Nance. Let's first start with Colin's home. It's in Garden City, New York.
I'm sorry. When did you get on a first-name basis with a defendant in a rape case?
Well, I'm not.
Okay, Mr. Finnerty, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Finnerty's home is assessed at $1,900,000.
I'm asking you about the family. Why are you giving me $2 million? What does that mean to me?
That's how much their house is worth, where he comes from.
And
in Garden City, New York.
Your point is?
I thought you would be interested in their backgrounds. We have the others.
Rich? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I'm telling you, they do have some nice homes, Nancy, and we also have one from Reed Seligman. His comes in at about $1,300,000. A very nice area as well, Essex Fells.
Okay, what is this?
It's about a half-hour away from Manhattan on the Jersey side. So let's take a look at the house of the parents of the alleged victim. Their home comes in at around...
Wait. Are you trying to say that the victim is going to be outgunned by money in court?
I'm not trying to say anything, Nancy. I'm letting the stats make sure the stats are doing the talking.
Okay, and let me throw a stat at you.
Okay.
False rape reporting, false sex assault reporting is somewhere between the low numbers of 2 and 8%. Okay, so you can roll all that money together, and it means not a hill of beans in my assessment of this case. Are you saying they're going to hire high-priced lawyers? Is that where you're going?
I'm not going anywhere. I have some more stats for you if you're interested.
Go.
Take a look at the incomes of these 3 towns where all 3 of these players are from. In Garden City, it's around $100,000. In Essex Fells, it's about $150,000, which is very, very high in the United States. And in Durham, North Carolina, $43,000. And lastly, where they went to school, if you're interested, these 2 private schools, they clock in at about $23,000 each. And of course, where the alleged victim went, it's free.
I want to go to Stephen Miller with the Duke Conservative Union. Stephen Miller, what's your response to the indictments handed down and the arrests?
Well, I think I speak for many students when I say that we're very, very concerned that 2 innocent people may have possibly just had their lives ruined.
Lord!
You're saying it's not possible they're innocent. That's not even in the realm of possibility.
It's not possible, but a grand jury has heard evidence and deemed this fit to go to a trial.
Right, and we're saying that
ever hearing what the victim has to say, you're saying the grand jury is wrong.
I'm not saying I'm convinced at all.
The victim is lying, and your first problem is 2 innocent people.
I didn't say that. I said we're concerned that it's possible that 2 innocent people may have had their lives ruined because this case does have many irregularities and many inconsistencies.
Do you have a sister?
Yes, I do, but I would appreciate it.
I assume you've got a mother. I mean, your first concern is that somebody's falsely accused?
Don't tell me what my first concern is, please. My first concern when I first heard these
out of your mouth. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't wear hearing aids.
No, I didn't say that was my first concern when I first heard these allegations was that an innocent woman had been raped. That was the first thing that came to my mind, and I think came to anyone's mind. But as the facts started to come out, there was many irregularities and inconsistencies that troubled me like many other people. You've talked on the show about how she had bruises on her the day after. But a photo taken at 12:03 before the alleged rape occurred shows that she had bruises and open sores on her body. We also have the 911 call.
That's not what Newsweek says.
No, at 12:03.
Yeah, that's not what Newsweek says.
That in the report it says that there are already bruises at 12:03.
Let me get another reaction from Monica Johnson-Hostler, the Executive Director of North Carolina Coalition Against Sex Assault. Your response?
I think what I would say to this, Nancy, is, and as Dr. Baker spoke to earlier, that when you have rape victims, oftentimes the story would seem, as Mr. Miller just stated, irregular or inconsistent. And I think the reality is that the story often comes back to the victim in pieces because, as Dr. Baker always also said, that it's something that you don't necessarily want to recall and talk about at that point. So I think that's the first thing I want to say about this case is we shouldn't use the word irregular or it changes, but really think to the fact that this is something that people are asking over and over again. The sexual assault nurse examiner, law enforcement, her parents, her family, everybody wants to know what's happened.
When we get back, Dr. Warner Spitz, forensic pathologist, and a few of your calls. Everyone, please stay with us as we stop to remember tonight. Army Sergeant Gordon Foster Misner, just 23, Colorado Springs, Colorado, killed in Iraq trying to save a group of